So this is a redraft they do every year where they take last year's draft class and they do a redraft and see how guys go in the first round. And this one got a lot of hits on Twitter and social media. So they did a redraft of the 2021 draft. If you all remember, we did not have a first round pick. We traded that for Orlando Brown Jr. We had multiple second round picks. So here's the thing, though. We didn't have a first round pick, but in this redraft, based on the rookie class last year, they had 3 Chiefs drafted in the first round of the redraft. So first they had Creed Humphrey, who was originally a second round pick. He goes 14th overall to the New York Jets. Guard Trey Smith, who we love, 6th round pick originally, but in the redraft he goes 16th overall to the Arizona Cardinals. So it's going from a 6th round to the 16th overall pick. I mean, he's unreal. And then Nick Bolton, 2nd round pick for us. He goes 29th overall to the Green Bay Packers in the redraft. So, JD, after seeing kind of what we saw like this past season with those 3 guys in particular, just kind of for the people who have doubted, I guess, Brett Veach in the scouting department over the last few years, because I feel like every time there's a draft comes around, people point to drafts and saying how Brett Veach he's missed and he's been a bad draft, or it's like we're finding guys like Trey Smith, who's a 6th round pick in a Pro Football Focus draft. The guy's going top 17 of a draft. I mean,
yeah.
What do you make of this redraft? What do you make of those 3 guys in particular in their play?
I mean, it's fun to look at it and see where guys would be with the redraft, right? I guess with the arbitrary rules that they are, but it's just a great indication how great Brent Veach has done this past year in drafting guys. And so all 3 of these guys have panned out for us and playing extremely well. Creed, Trey, and Nick, man, they've been guys that have been solid offensively and defensively. And so sometimes it takes that. It takes like your whole team to put these things together. You know, Veach and all these guys getting in and just talking about these things and actually seeing this out and bringing it to fruition, to seeing where guys can excel to. And so I think that's more of an indication about, like I said, like they're proud, their prowess of seeing guys and seeing talent and getting out here in Kansas City. But I mean, the whole redraft and all that, man, that's all right. I guess it's fun, right? I guess it's fun to see. So I don't know.
It's a fun kind of indicator, I guess, for like, you know, to show you how guys like have improved their like how wrong like these mock drafts and stuff are. It's cool because like you see so many mock drafts and all this stuff about where guys should go, and then a guy in the 6th round or 7th round is like, okay, well, let me actually play and see, and you tell me where I should go. Then like Trey Smith's story, you know, 6th round, we're talking about 16th overall pick in the redraft based on how he played. I mean, I that stuff like that's awesome. And plus, you know, we didn't have a first round pick, and we ended up getting 3 in this redraft.
Okay, so it's crazy to me because, all right, let's say in 2 years, you're going to do a redraft in 2 years, you know, to see how a guy played. Like if they suck, and all of a sudden they're back at like the 3rd or 6th pick. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just, like I said, I know it's entertainment and it's fun. Yeah. I just think like, okay, if a guy starts, you know, dumping in the bed or you know, like have a sophomore slump.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, you know what? Maybe he was right. Maybe he got picked the way he was supposed to get picked. He only had 1 good year.
That's true. Well, and they do redrafts where you, like go back to the 2012 draft. They do redrafts. I mean, going back years.
Okay.
So we'll revisit the 2021 draft class in 5 years and see where the redraft is. Do Trey Smith or any of those guys? So something in the top 10.
Yeah.
I always think those are funny too, because a lot of times you see the mock drafts of like guys, you know, who do these right, and then they do the redrafts of everything. And I guess it's seeing how wrong they were. It's funny seeing guys like that do the redraft, because it's like, wow, you had that guy as a 5th round grade. Now you have him as a 2nd or 1st round grade. So it's always funny seeing those guys eat their words. And I know as a former player who had to listen to some of these guys do their mock drafts, these experts, I'm sure you love seeing them eat their words.
It's crazy. Yeah. And some of them like, hey man, look, you was way off on this. You know, and a lot of guys look at potential. They feel like they all got it right, and I'm seeing it. I'm going through all the measurements and how I'm quantifying how guys are going to be and what they. And then when the guy gets on a team and you see what he gives and what he's, you know, or what he likes in, And it's like, oh, okay. So there's a few guys that, I've seen around the league that I'm like, all right, we're going to see what guys really, how good they are, right? From what y'all said and what y'all projected at being this guy, and oh my gosh, he's going to be the new best thing. And all right, just wait and see. Just wait and see. And we just never know. Some guys are just, it's almost, you can put a formula together to try to have a good indication what guys are going to be, but you don't know. You don't know. So there's a lot goes into it, man. Luck, guys not getting injured. I mean, sometimes it's just a guy who's not a no-miss guy. Yeah. There's some guys out there. And there's some guys that you thought no miss and gone, just didn't have it, whatever reason.
And you see that too, where a lot of these experts, they fall in love with these guys. And I don't know what it is. They go back to high school and they remember them, seeing them through high school and college, and they kind of fall in love with them, and they always call them can't miss prospects. You see it in basketball, you see it in the NFL, and then, they miss badly on it. So I don't know where these love affairs come from. Sometimes they get stuck to their guy, and then they ride with him till the end.
I don't know, man. It's like a horse in the Derby where you watch it. It's like, hey, I got a feeling for this guy. Yeah. He's got, great muscle structure, and he looks pretty fast. And all of a sudden he comes in last. So you're like, what? You're like, hey man, what happened? What happened to the whole your formula? You win the championship, huh? What happened to it? He did. Just I don't know.
I got asked the other day about the draft experts, and someone was like, "What made Mel Kiper like a draft expert?" And how does he continue to be the draft expert? Because you look at his first rounds, he's not getting 100% right every time. He's nowhere close to 100%. So it's like, what makes this guy an expert? What makes a bracketology guy who does the March Madness brackets? What makes him a bracketology expert? It's like, has he ever won? I mean,
right. Did he go to school for this? Well, I mean, what is his credentials?
I don't get it.
For him to be put in this position where he's just now the guru. What's going to him for? Okay, why? Why are we going to this guy for it? So,
I don't get it. That's a conversation for another day. But yeah, someone asked me, I was like, yeah, that's a good question. I think he's just been doing it for a long time, and
oh, that's it? That's all you had to do? Okay, hey, sign me up.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I think most former players, the guys who are in scouting departments and stuff and pro teams, those are the guys who should be the draft experts. Like Louis Riddick, that's a guy who should be what Mel Kiper is for. He's got a bigger platform on ESPN, thankfully, than Mel Kiper. But he should be the Mel Kiper. We should be longing to see Louis Riddick's mock draft, not Mel Kiper. And I've nothing against Mel Kiper, but I prefer Louis Riddick's kind of insights on players coming out of drafts.
He's been there. He's seen it. So this is, this is what he's been doing, and he's been working his formula, talking to guys, and just going to go see guys. That's what he's used to. That was used to be his job. And so when you see Mel Kiper, I've never seen Mel Kiper. I don't know if he goes out to practices. I don't know how much film he's actually watching. I have no idea. Does anybody know? I don't know. So it's a good question.
Yeah, I would say Louis Riddick, Charles Davis, and Daniel Jeremiah. I don't know about Charles Davis's background, but Jeremiah, he worked in the scouting departments too. I'm assuming Charles Davis did too. I think didn't Charles Davis play in the NFL?
Yeah, I think he did. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
So,
those are when I think of the mock draft experts. I know we always think about Mel Kiper, but that's the one who has it all in here, I guess. But then the Riddick, Jeremiah's of the world, those are the ones where I will look more to those guys, and guys like Bucky Brooks. Those guys I'll look to, not Kiper and whatever.
Right.
Enough about Mel Kiper.
Yes.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.